The headlines for this hour on VTV News. Prime Minister attends Asia Zero Emissions Community Conference. Higher credit rating expected to help Vietnam maintain growth. In a war news, global coal demand set to remain at record levels in 2023.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. On Monday morning, State President Võ Văn Thưởng visited and met with the Special Forces, the elite special combat unit of the Vietnam People's Army, to commemorate the 79th anniversary of the foundings of the Vietnam People's Army. During the meeting, State President Võ Văn Thưởng emphasized the importance of the Special Forces and referenced President Ho Chi Minh's instructions, repeatedly using the word specials to highlight the uniqueness and significance. He emphasized the need to overcome any challenges and maintain internal solidarity and discipline. The State President also urged the Army to develop battle-hardened Special Forces, conduct research to create new and more effective fighting methods, and adapt to the changing combat environment. He emphasized the importance of promoting the art of special operations warfare and aligning organizational structures, personnel, and weaponry with the requirements and tasks of the new situations. Overall, the State President's visit aims to recognize the Special Forces' contributions and encourage further advancements in their capabilities.
Chúng ta tính toán là trong mọi tình huống chúng ta đều đáp ứng được.
On Monday morning in Japan, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính attended the first summit of the Asia Zero Emissions Community, or AZEC. The conference was attended by senior leaders from ASEAN countries, Japan, and Australia. In a message delivered at the conference, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính discussed the increasing impacts of climate change and emphasized the need for the international community to demonstrate the same will, determination, and decisive actions to achieve their target of net zero emissions. The Prime Minister affirmed that Vietnam, with a sense of responsibility towards the world and all people, has implemented numerous strong and effective solutions, adopting new awareness, thinking, methodologies, and approaches to fulfill commitments made at COP26. To contribute to the realizations of ASEC goals, the Prime Minister highlighted the importance of focusing on research, development, and diversifications of clean energy sources and new technologies. Additionally, promoting technology transfer is crucial in ensuring the affordability and suitability of clean energy conversions in the Asian regions for each respective country's conditions. On Monday morning, the National Assembly Standing Committee, chaired by National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ, reviewed and added several law projects to the 2024 Law and Ordinance Building Program. These include the amended Chemical Law Project, the amended Value-Added Tax Law, and the amended Law on Prevention and Combat of Human Trafficking, and the amended Law on Management and Use of Weapons, Explosive, and Combat Gear. The delegates agreed on the need to amend these four laws. As a result, the National Assembly Standing Committee approved the additions of these four law projects to the 2024 program. The National Assembly Standing Committee emphasized the importance of strictly complying with the law on promulgations of legal documents when making any adjustments or supplements to policies during the process of developing the draft laws. During the meeting, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ also requested the government review and urgently supplement the laws that are required by reality, including laws on taxes and business investment, to ensure synchronizations and unity of the legal system. Fitch Ratings has upgraded Vietnam long-term national credit rating to BB+ with a stable outlook. This upgrade comes in the face of global challenges such as reduced growth, trade, and increased financial risk in many countries. It served to strengthen investor confidence, particularly among foreign investors in Vietnam's economy.
Fitch Ratings highlighted Vietnam's promising medium-term growth prospects, citing positive foreign investment inflows, improved foreign exchange reserves, alleviated pressure in the real estate market, and low government debt.
So from a rating standpoint, the upgrade reflects, in our view, strong medium-term growth prospects for Vietnam, which we think are supported by robust foreign direct investment.
Vietnam has an advantage in attracting FDI capital flows due to its recent investment prospects and diverse trade advantages from a system of free trade agreements. The rapid progress of shifting global supply chains and production chains further enhances Vietnam's attractiveness to investors.
PMI has been below 50. When it's below 50, it signals a contractionary economic environment for the manufacturing sector, which means that they're not getting as much orders and therefore don't expect to increase their economic activity. So you had the recovery that's happening in October and November. I think in October we saw around 4% year on year.
Upgraded ratings also demonstrate improved economic prospects and a higher reputation, which leads to enhanced debt repayment ability.
External and domestic analysts are not terribly worried about Vietnam having sufficient access to dollars. As for creditors, Vietnam is a good credit risk. It has good access to dollars, a very moderate fiscal policy, very moderate monetary policy. Everything seems to be operating quite well.
According to Moody's criteria, Vietnam fell 2 levels short of being classified as an investment country in 2022. However, with Fitch Ratings, Vietnam only needs to move up 1 level to reach the investment level. As a result, Vietnam has promising prospects of becoming an investment country by 2030, as targeted.
China trade activities with Vietnam are experiencing significant growth due to increasingly improved relations. Vietnam remains China's largest trading partner in ASEAN and the 4th largest in the world. Furthermore, China is actively enhancing its infrastructures to establish close connections between the markets of over 2 billion people in China and ASEAN.
For this business, the Vietnamese market of 100 million people is attractive due to its strong consumption and numerous shared cultural features.
I have been importing fish from Vietnam to sell in China, and our business activities in Vietnam have been favorable. Now, I am planning to export dairy products and cakes to Vietnam.
Connecting infrastructure with Vietnam and neighboring countries is considered one of China's top priorities. Guangxi, located on the border between Vietnam and China, serves as a trading hub. Vietnam has been the region's largest trading partner for 24 consecutive years, accounting for nearly 1/3 of Guangxi's total import-export turnover.
We aim to enhance trade exchanges with Vietnam and, subsequently, with Europe. To facilitate trade with neighboring partners, we make use of roads and railways.
China began construction of the Pinglu Canal in Guangxi in August. The canal, which is 135 kilometers long and has a budget of $10.1 billion, is expected to enhance goods transportation efficiency by synergizing with existing expressways and railroads. Once completed, it will serve as an important trade and logistics passage, promoting trade between China and ASEAN.
2023 has been a challenging year for various economic sectors, including agriculture. Despite this, agriculture has remained a strong pillar of the economy, ensuring national food security and sustaining positive growth momentum. Agriculture, forestry, and fishery export activities have been active during the year-end, aiming to achieve the target of $54 billion for 2023.
In the 11 months of this year, exports of aquatic and forestry products decreased by 19% and 17% respectively, compared to the previous year. However, fruit and vegetable exports showed impressive growth, surpassing the target for the whole year of 2025 with a value exceeding $5.3 billion. Rice exports also reached an unprecedented figure of $4.4 billion. These contributions resulted in an export turnover of agricultural, forestry, and fishery products totaling $47.84 billion in the 11-month period. The achievement of the annual target now depends on the exports in December.
Exports of agricultural, fishery, and forestry products typically reach a higher value in December compared to October and November each year. We anticipate achieving a minimum export turnover of $53 billion for the entire year.
While the sector may not reach the $54 billion export turnover, it can still achieve a record trade surplus of over $11 billion, which will contribute to the country's trade balance. After completing the last orders of 2023 with a 146% increase in export turnover, this enterprise has been busy preparing orders for the beginning of 2024.
We are focusing on production to fulfill next year's orders that have been signed since November. The number of orders has increased by 125%.
In the Mekong Delta, orders for rice for early next year have been signed at good prices.
Most recently, we have signed orders for January and February 2024 with prices of up to $785 per ton and $865 per ton.
The positive signals, along with the gradual recovery of Vietnam's major agricultural, forestry, and fishery export markets such as China, Japan, Europe, and the United States, are expected to create higher growth momentum in 2024.
And before moving on to some of the news, let's take a look at foreign exchange rate for today, December 18th. Coming up next on VTV News, Vietnam seeks to expand market for specialty fruits. And International Music Festival spurs tourism growth in Vietnam. The temperatures in the highland areas of Lao Cai province has been consistently dropping, causing severe cold weather that greatly impacts people's lives. In order to safeguard the health of students, schools have implemented various measures to prevent colds and ensure proper nutrition for students.
Ho Thao Ethnic Boarding High School currently has over 800 students. In order to proactively protect students from cold weather, the school has arranged for them to study in a well-lit and warm space that is protected from drafts. The school also ensures that students are provided with sufficient meals.
The school has developed a program to ensure the safety of students during cold weather. The school strongly encourages parents to prepare warm clothes for their children and to proactively repair facilities.
During periods of severe cold, the school takes several measures to ensure the well-being of students. Outdoor activities are cancelled. Students are allowed to take days off when the temperature drops too low, and learning schedules are adjusted to maintain the program's pace.
The department has instructed schools to assess their facilities, equipment, and necessary conditions to ensure the quality of teaching and learning, particularly in crowded schools and those located in disadvantaged communes. We also recommend that schools submit proposals for purchasing additional equipment, such as heaters and warm blankets.
The Department of Education and Training in Sapa Town also instructs schools to ensure optimal facilities and adjust class schedules accordingly during cold days. Lao Cai province will continue to face severe and destructive cold weather in the coming days, accompanied by prolonged frost, especially in schools located at higher altitudes.
Businesses in Ho Chi Minh City are in need of recruiting 20,000 jobs by the end of this year, as announced at the Job Connection Festival for Youth, Workers and Employees held on Sunday. The event saw the participations of nearly 100 domestic and foreign businesses. Among the industries, there is particular high demand for textiles, footwear and sales staff. two companies, Phie Vietnam Limited Liability Company and Lac Thi Limited Liability Company, have recently laid off a significant number of workers but are now recruiting new employees to meet the increasing orders and growing demands for productions and business development. Vietnamese agriculture benefits from over 1.1 million hectares of fruit plantation across the country. This year, the export turnover of fruit and vegetable products has exceeded $5 billion. However, the consumption situation remains precarious. As Tet holiday approaches, regions with specialty fruits are partnering with distributors to stimulate consumption.
This woman's family loves fruits, but she remains cautious about the origins and production process of the fruits when shopping.
The quality of Vietnamese fruits has improved, as have their packaging designs. Because of this, I find myself buying them more often.
In this supermarket, 70% of the fruits sold are domestically produced. All fruit products have clear labels indicating their origins. The top reason why consumers choose to buy specialty fruits from domestic regions is their confidence in quality and safety. Additionally, consumers are more likely to purchase fruits if they are affordable.
The product quality is being improved, resulting in more competitive prices and making the products more accessible to consumers.
First, there should be quality assurance. Second, reasonable price. And third, attractive design.
By the end of November this year, the import of fruit had decreased by 6% compared to last year. In contrast, Vietnamese fruit exports have experienced strong growth, surpassing the $5 billion mark. There is a growing consumer interest in domestic fruits, particularly renowned specialty fruits from various regions. This presents an opportunity for fruit-producing areas in the country, which currently span over 1.1 million hectares.
We have department representatives who examine the application of food safety and production processes, such as Viet GAP and Global GAP, before the products are allowed to enter the supermarket.
It is evident that the domestic fruit market still has untapped potential. However, in order to increase the consumption of specialty fruits during the Tet season, the primary focus should be on linking the production area with distribution channels. Nevertheless, it is essential for domestic specialty fruits to gain more market share by maintaining high quality and offering competitive prices.
Farmers in Sa Đéc Flower Village, Đồng Tháp Province, have completed the showing of flowers for the Lunar New Year market in 2024. However, the quantity of flowers planted this year has sharply decreased compared to last year. This year, farmers in Sa Đéc only planted a total of slightly over 1.2 million flower baskets of various kinds, which is nearly half the amount compared to last year's Tet holiday. Instead, they have shifted to growing ornamental flowers for year-round sale. Currently, the total area dedicated to ornamental flowers in Sa Đéc City is nearly 950 hectares, with approximately 100 hectares allocated for growing date flowers. The main variety of date flowers chosen for cultivation is the raspberry chrysanthemum. The 10-color Korean raspberry chrysanthemum is the new flower variety introduced this year. Green tourism and experiential travel have recently emerged as new travel trends. Increasingly, tourists are seeking destinations close to nature where they can participate in activities alongside locals. In Lào Cai province, farmers who cultivate the cinnamon forest have introduced a unique concept of experiential tourism in the forest. More details in the following story.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
When will I come to visit my lot again?
Yeah, I have a big plan to come for all of October.
Do you think how many friends you want to bring?
Well, I think Cinnamon Eco Lodge is a very special place. So people enjoy the accommodation, which is really good quality.
This is a daily call with guests of the owner of a cinnamon forest. He has come up with a bold idea to fully utilize his family's cinnamon forest for tourism. Previously, cultivating and selling cinnamon trees only generated a moderate income. This new approach helps increase the value of cinnamon trees and attracts visitors.
Tourists can enjoy nature and engage in activities related to it. Although cinnamon is widely used in foreign countries, many people are unaware of its origin.
This tourism model has been in existence for 5 years, catering to the demand of foreign tourists who seek to engage in activities with local people. In addition to savoring local dishes, visitors can also participate in cinnamon harvesting themselves.
This homestay model helps to prolong the lifespan of the cinnamon forest, which in turn increases forest coverage.
For the past 50 years, the people in this district have been cultivating cinnamon. Cinnamon is currently the most popular tree in the province, covering an area of nearly 53,000 hectares. Bao Yen district, in particular, has the second largest cinnamon area in the province. This unique tourism model will not only enhance the value of cinnamon but also improve the lives of the local people.
Maroon 5, the widely known American pop rock band, performed in Phú Quốc on Saturday evening. The event has positioned Vietnam as a destination for top music artists from around the world. This also helped boost Vietnam tourism during these peak travel seasons for international visitors.
Maroon 5, led by their famous singer Adam Levine, performed a full set of their 11 hit songs in 75 minutes. Their setlist included songs like Sugar, Girls Like You, One More Night, and Memories.
We are so honored to be here, so honored and so excited. So thank you so much for having us this evening. All we ask is that you sing with us. Can you sing with us tonight?
The band is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, with 15 songs charting on the Billboard charts. They've also won 3 Grammy Awards.
I've been a fan for 11 years. I came here to watch the group's performance.
Yes, and we are a big fan of Maroon 5, so it was quite a surprise that they will be here.
Vietnamese music producers have made efforts in stage design to meet the strict requirements of international artists. The stages are equipped with sound systems that meet international standards. The 8 Wonder Music Festival, held in famous destinations, has contributed to boosting tourism.
We're going to bring in, but we're working right after this event on the next event. We're going to create annual events throughout the year and throughout the different locations here in Vietnam.
Room capacity in Vinpearl has reached 90 to 95%, while the nearby areas have also reached 70 to 80%.
The number of international tourists to Vietnam has seen a significant increase since the end of October. This year,Ien Giang province welcomed over 8.5 million visitors, with the number of international visitors more than doubling compared to the same period. The success of music nights featuring renowned global artists also creates opportunities for Vietnam to develop art tourism events.
Coming up next in our war news, global coal demand set to remain at record levels in 2023. And North Korea fires ballistic missiles into the sea. According to a report from the International Energy Agency's IEA on Friday, global coal use is projected to reach a record height in 2023 due to strong demand in emerging and developing economies. The forecast predicts a 1.4% increase in coal demand in 2024, surpassing 8.5 billion metric tons for the first time. However, the IEA also anticipates rapid growth in global renewable energy sources. As solar and wind energy continue to expand, coal demand is expected to decline starting in 2024 and gradually stabilize by the end of 2026. North Korea launched a short-range ballistic missiles from an area near the capital, Pyongyang, toward the sea of the country's east coast on Sunday. The launch occurred amidst criticisms from the North Korean Ministry of Defense, which accused the U.S. and South Korea of escalating tensions through military exercises and displays of strength. The missiles travels approximately 1,000 kilometers before landing in the sea. South Korea is currently conducting a detailed analysis to determine the maximum altitude of the missiles and whether it used solid fuel. In response to the launch, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio convened a meeting of the National Security Council's preliminary analysis by Japan suggests that North Korea missiles have a potential range exceeding 15,000 kilometers, making them capable of reaching any part of the United States. If confirmed, this launch will be North Korea's fifth intercontinental ballistic missiles launch of the year, setting a record for the highest number of intercontinental ballistic missiles launches by the country in a single year. Thailand's Ministry of Public Health has announced that its health insurance for non-Thai people system will be launched on January 1st of next year. The system will provide healthcare coverage to stateless and non-Thai individuals. The new system offers quick registrations with a processing time of just 5 minutes compared to several weeks under the previous system. Additionally, it allows non-Thai individuals without identification documents to access healthcare coverage. The system is connected to the Ministry Financial Data Hub, which enables hospitals to reimburse medical fees for non-Thai individuals within 24 hours and guarantee transfer within 15 days. Electric vehicles are increasingly attracting more customers as countries take actions to protect the environment. In the United States, while electric cars currently represent only 10% of total sales, they are gradually gaining market share. More to follow.
After careful consideration, the customer decided to purchase a 7-seat minivan. The vehicle is equipped with a hybrid engine, which combines an electric motor with a gasoline engine. He views this as a transitional stage before transitioning to a fully electric vehicle.
I'm looking into electric vehicles, pure electric vehicles, maybe for a smaller car for around the city. But I do so many chores in this, and sometimes we go on long family trips. We'll drive to the beach or drive to visit family. So to be able to switch over to the hybrid mode is such a great convenience.
In the past 2 years, numerous activities have been organized to promote the energy transition and the adoption of electric cars. During these events, attendees had the opportunity to showcase their electric cars, exchange and share their experiences operating them, and stay informed about government support policies throughout the transition process.
Sustainability, the green and blue economy are huge parts of our industry in Los Angeles. So a lot of people know LA for our creative industries and for Hollywood, but sustainability and green tech is actually a key area of growth.
I am totally convinced that the way of the future is going to be totally electric. Like I said, it's better for the environment, it's more economical, and it's easier to take care of, smooth, quiet, and fun to drive.
The average price for an electric car in the U.S. has dropped from over $52,000 to over $50,000 in the past month. Electric car sales in the U.S. saw a 50% increase in the third quarter compared to the same period last year.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's all the news for today. To rewatch your program, you can log on to VTVgo.vn or download a mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.